campus-wide vaccination is no longer just a dream, it's right around the corner. Stay tuned, ND Sunrise starts now. Some breaking news for you.
Good morning, Notre Dame.
You're going to want a rain jacket.
Notre Dame men's basketball
coming out of the East region. And
can you get me a gym time?
Not only that, it was a shutout, of course.
For NDTV, I'm Abby Urban.
Good morning, Notre Dame. I'm Medeiros, and you're watching ND Sunrise. It has been over a year since Notre Dame transitioned to a virtual spring semester in response to the growing concern over a novel coronavirus that turned into the global COVID-19 pandemic. Now, over 12 months later, Notre Dame is inching closer to vaccinating the whole campus community. Last Thursday, students received an email from the university president, John Jenkins, informing them that Notre Dame plans to set up an on-campus vaccination site for students in mid-April. The email indicates that Notre Dame will receive enough doses of the Pfizer vaccine to provide every student with both necessary doses before the end of the semester in May. After a year of stringent campus health and safety restrictions, wearing masks and staying distance from others, I can't think of any other better news to bring you on your Tuesday morning. Maybe, just maybe, we'll have a little normalcy on campus once next August rolls around. And students aren't the only ones that Notre Dame has or will vaccinate before the end of the semester. This past weekend, Notre Dame held a mass vaccination clinic for eligible faculty, staff, and local residents. I stopped by to cover the story and even got the chance to talk with a member from the National Guard who played a role in facilitating the event. Let's take a closer look. Good morning, my name is Medeiros, and I'm here with NDTV reporting on the COVID vaccination site outside of the Compton Ice Arena. Let's take a closer look at what's going on here today. In partnership with the Indiana Department of Health and the St. Joseph County Health Department, the University of Notre Dame implemented a mass vaccination clinic on campus last week, Friday and Saturday, to provide free COVID-19 vaccines to eligible Indiana residents throughout the region. Notre Dame's clinic at the Compton Family Ice Arena operated from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. this past weekend on March 26th and 27th. The one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine was provided to those who met the state's age and other eligibility guidelines at the time. Located on the south side of campus along Angela Boulevard, the vaccination site was easily accessible to the public. This past weekend, there were hundreds of cars driving in and out of the vaccination site. Let's take a look at the process of the vaccination site. First, cars will drive in. They will make their way to registering. The National Guard will guide them where they are going. This is on the west side of the Compton Family Ice Arena. They will then make their way over to the east side where they will get vaccinated. These white tents behind me are where it all happens. The National Guard directs them to where they need to be, and the doctors can give them their vaccines. After, they will move to monitoring, which is where they remain for 15 minutes in their car, just making sure that everything is okay, that they're feeling okay, and then they're on their way. It's quite simple, but they have a system going over here, and we're happy to see it. The initiative is part of a statewide effort to quickly administer vaccinations to as many Indiana residents as possible. The clinic required advanced registration. Walk-ups were not permitted. Indiana's Area Agencies on Aging, AARP, and nearly 70 libraries statewide also helped people schedule appointments. The mass inoculation clinic is apart from a previously announced administration site for the Notre Dame community that the university is pursuing separately with the state health department. Members of the National Guard directed traffic, telling cars where to go and what the next step was in the process. We had the opportunity of speaking with one of their own, Specialist Lopez.
Today, the National Guard is here giving the COVID vaccine. We're over here, we're doing a little drive-through, and then we're doing observation, and once they're done, we're checking to see if anything happens, just for precaution, monitoring every civilian that comes through, and just trying to take care of the community.
Yes, absolutely. Are people nervous? Are they scared?
More naturally, people are nervous, but it comes and goes. We kind of calm them down and walk them through it. We have our medics that are professionals here. Everyone is professionals.
Thank you to all of those in the National Guard who are working so hard to facilitate the vaccination process. We appreciate you. In a press release on the mass vaccination, Father Jenkins said, We are grateful that state health officials recognize Notre Dame as a potential partner in the strategic deployment of vaccines for our region. The Notre Dame community remains committed to doing our part to help fight the pandemic on campus and beyond.
That's it for this segment, but stay tuned because who knows, we might be here getting our vaccines ourselves very shortly. From NDTV, I'm Lyric Medeiros.
Thank you to all of those who assisted the mass vaccination site. It is wonderful to see so many people coming together to put a stop to the spread. If you have received either the second dose of the Moderna or Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine or a single dose of the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine, please upload your vaccination documentation to University Health Services patient portal. I'm looking forward to seeing what the next update will be for receiving our vaccinations. But until then, let's check those COVID dashboard numbers. Yesterday, 14 new cases were reported, adding to the semester total of 1,261. Let's remember to adhere to campus protocols in order to keep ourselves and the rest of our community safe. For the upcoming Easter weekend, to allow the COVID-19 response unit team to enjoy some well-deserved time with their families, students with Friday, Saturday, or Sunday surveillance testing dates over the Easter weekend will be rescheduled. You will receive a reminder the day before your appointment, but to find what time your test has been moved to, you can check your email inbox for the most recent email from the Division of Student Affairs. The university will continue to offer diagnostic and quarantine/isolation testing on Saturday, April 3rd on an abbreviated schedule. No testing will be offered on Friday, April 2nd or Sunday, April 4th. Let's be sure to show up to our rescheduled testing appointments so that we give the CRU team the break they very well deserve. With Easter right around the corner, the Student Activities Office has been working very hard to provide us with some fun and safe ways to celebrate. Starting with social justice in contemporary Asian theater, an evening of Zoom scenes, the Liu Institute for Asia and Asian Studies will be hosting a night of performances by students in Anton Huan and Taryn Chun's classes. This evening of Zoom theater will present a selection of scenes from contemporary playwrights that address issues of justice and injustice in East and Southeast Asian societies. There will be a question and answer session to follow. The event will take place at 7:30 p.m. tonight. Anyone interested can tune into the live stream at www.youtube.com/watch, the link below right there. If you're looking for a way to get active and stay fit, Rec Sports has opened up 2 more Pilates offerings for the semester. In-person fitness classes resumed on March 10th, and there are many options to choose from. Visit recsports.nd.edu to find out more and reserve your spot. We're lucky to have so many in-person options this semester. I myself am a big fan of the exercise classes. Zumba is my personal favorite. These classes are a great way to get a workout in without even knowing it. Tomorrow, the Multicultural Student Programs and Services will be hosting a storytelling workshop titled Witnessed and Lived Experiences of Womanhood, in honor of Women's Her Story Month. The workshop will be from 5:30 to 7 p.m. tomorrow in room 210 of the Duncan Student Center. It's always nice to see in-person events. I'll have to stop by and see what the workshop is about. For more information on these events, you can go to here.nd.edu/studentlife. This week, the church celebrates Holy Week, a time to intentionally recall Jesus' passion, death, and resurrection. Given current health and safety guidelines, the Basilica will offer an adjusted schedule for Holy Week and Easter. Visit campusministry.nd.edu/Holy Week Easter for complete details, including the live stream schedule. I attended the Palm Sunday Mass this past weekend, and it was absolutely lovely. I highly recommend making your way to the Basilica this Easter for Mass or attending virtually. You can send your family members or friends the live stream link so they can join us for Mass as well. Thank you to all of those working hard to provide ways for everyone to attend Mass in the beautiful Basilica from anywhere they are. You can view these events and more by checking the Week at ND Digest email in your inbox. This weekend seemed to have a mix of sunny and clear skies as well as cold and windy days. On Friday, many students enjoyed the sun and the 60-degree weather by spending time on the quads. But this quickly changed when the temperature dropped the next day. Patrick tells us what we can expect in the upcoming week. Patrick.
Thanks, Lyric. I'm here for you guys with the weather report for the week, as it stands at the moment. We all know it could change. To begin with, I have today at a glance. The morning, we have mostly sunny skies. In the midday, it will be mostly cloudy and that sun will go away. And unfortunately, that does mean in the evening, we will be seeing a 50% chance of rain. So I do recommend if you are taking a walk at night, some people might not. I probably recommend a jacket or an umbrella at the least. And moving on to our 7-day forecast, we'll begin with Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday, high of 67, low of 35, and we got that rain I mentioned earlier. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, mostly sunny skies. However, it is a little bit colder than it was this week. I know that we are all looking forward to the spring, but South Bend does have a trend of faking us out with their spring weather. High of 52 is the highest it'll get, and it will get as low as 23 on Thursday night. And as for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we are back to spring, seeing starkingly highs of 68, 72, and 74. Those are the highest highs I've seen in quite some time. And fortunately, those lows are getting higher as well, with lows of 42, 50, and 52 respectively. And then on Monday, unfortunately, we will see more rain, but I think rain does come with springtime. So hopefully we'll all have some time this week to go outside, especially on the weekend before the rain comes next week. For our ND Sunrise, I'm Patrick Lomeli. Back to you, Lyric.
Thank you, Patrick. This past weekend, I was shocked to walk outside without a coat, which is very rare for this Hawaii girl. I'm happy to hear that we will have some warmer days this upcoming week. Moving on to some sports, I'm sure we have all heard that our fencing team secured an 11th national championship recently. Congratulations to our fencers. Elise gives us an update. Elise.
Good morning, Notre Dame. Here is your weekly sports report. Guess what? We're champions! That's right. This weekend, the Notre Dame fencing team won its 11th national title at the NCAA tournament, tying the football program for most national titles at Notre Dame. The Notre Dame head coach said after the Irish victory, "We're very grateful for the occasion and very happy for our program, especially for our kids and for our coaches. The competition was a joy for us. We were deprived of the opportunity to compete last year, so we tried to enjoy this run as much as we could." We could not agree more. Notre Dame has also had a number of individual NCAA champions this week. Behind me, you can see senior foilist Stephanie Deschner, freshman saberist Luke Linder, and sophomore foilist Marcela Olivares. Deschner is the first women's foil champion since Lee Kiefer in 2017. Linder, who is only a freshman, defeated teammate Jared Smith 15-7 in the finals to claim the first individual championship this weekend. And Marcela Olivares defeated teammate Andrew Makovic 15-3 in the finals to earn his first ever national championship as well. Additionally, junior saberist Cara Linder is the first women's saber champion since Francesca Russo in 2017. And freshman Kaylin Sie was first runner-up in the women's epee. Someone cue up the fight song and clear a space in the trophy closet. Notre Dame is a fencing school, and we are the champions. Let's go Irish. Okay, now, though the fencing team was the main story, we cannot forget the unbelievable feat this guy did on the baseball field to help Notre Dame win against Louisville 5-3 on Saturday. This is Ryan Cole, and this is what went down. Roll the clip, guys. Okay, following a one-out single from David LaManna, Cole took a 2-1 pitch over the bushes in left field for his second career walk-off home run. With the win, the Irish ended a 20-game losing streak to the Cardinals, stretching back to 2011. Not only that, it was Cole's second walk-off home run in 2 weeks. Irish head coach Link Jarrett said, "Baseball is such a great game, and to think you would see the same guy hit his second walk-off home run in 6 home games is simply amazing." Guys, I've been watching this clip on repeat for the entire weekend. It just gets better each time you watch it. How could you not be a baseball fan with a team like ours? Okay, and you guys know by now that I am a softball junkie. I cannot resist highlighting the dominant Irish squad after their incredible 6-5 victory over North Carolina State on Friday. It was a great game to watch live, with both teams battling it out until the bottom of the 7th inning. But the star of the show was pitcher Peyton Tidd. Not only was Tidd dominant on the mound, but this is her, a pitcher, hitting a home run to put the Irish on top in the bottom of the 5th inning. Her teammates greeted her at home plate with the iconic Notre Dame gold chain. There is no one more deserving. Next, we'll see the final play of the game. This is a stunning catch by Katie Marino. Marino slides on her knees into the outfield to catch the fly ball over her shoulder, and then fires it over to Brooke Marquez at second base for the final out. Do not sleep on our softball team. they're dominant. And that's going to be all for me. To see all things Irish sports, including articles, highlights, rosters, and schedules, head over to und.com. And of course, I'll be here every week keeping you up to date on all things Irish sports. For ND Sunrise, I'm Elise Dohoney. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Elise. Wow, what a celebration that was for the baseball team, and what an incredible way to end the weekend. National champs. Way to go, Notre Dame fencing. 3 episodes ago, we introduced a new segment on our show, a politics report. Today, Jillie Randle reports on all that is politics. Jillie.
Thank you, Lyric. My name is Jillian Randle, and I'm ND Sunrise's new political correspondent. I will be here every Tuesday morning, delivering the latest balanced news from South Bend, Washington, and around the world. The murder trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin for the killing of George Floyd began yesterday. Floyd, a black man, died on May 25th of last year after Chauvin held his knee on Floyd's neck for nearly 9 minutes. The manner of death was ruled a homicide from the medical examiner, though tests showed a, quote, pretty high level of fentanyl in Floyd's system at the time. Chauvin is charged with second and third degree murder and second degree manslaughter. The encounter was captured on video and received national attention, sparking intense protests nationwide last summer over racial injustice and calls to, quote, defund the police. After a lengthy selection process, the Hennepin County District Court reports Chauvin's jury consisting of 15 people, 9 of whom are white and 6 of whom are black or multiracial. According to the Associated Press, if the court follows standard practice and the alternates are the last 3 individuals that were chosen, the 12 who actively deliberate will be evenly split between white people and people of color. Floyd family attorney Ben Crump negotiated a $27 million settlement with the city. Following the jury selection, he released a statement, quote, "This is not a hard case. If George Floyd had been white, the facts would be undisputed and justice would be swift. We expect the same for George," unquote. The Chauvin trial is expected to last about 4 weeks. I will be here updating you along the way. President Biden had his first press conference last Thursday, March 25th, on the 64th day of his administration, and after the longest period a new U.S. president had waited to face the briefing room in the last 100 years. The press conference followed the passage of a $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief bill, the second impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump, and the confirmation of many cabinet members. It also came amid an immigration crisis at the southern border. President Biden called on 10 reporters to answer about 30 questions, many of the questions being, quote, meager and vague, failing to extract any specific information about policies or solutions to the myriad problems faced by the administration, unquote, says The Hill. The president largely depended on multi-page notes, and while some think his notes were a sign of preparedness, others think they showed a sign of weakness and incompetence. Criticism withstanding, Biden's briefing has been deemed refreshing and presidential in comparison to his predecessor's confrontations with the news media. The president touched on many significant issues in the briefing. Rather unexpectedly, he mentioned his plan to run again in 2024, something he has not mentioned before. He also finally portrayed his views on the Senate filibuster, offering that he was considering major reformations of the practice beyond merely reverting to the standard filibuster, which he often refers back to. He officially called the practice of the filibuster racist and a reflection of the Jim Crow era. The president also named a new goal on vaccinations, 200 million in his first 100 days, doubling his original goal. In response to many questions regarding the issue of immigration at the southern border, Biden downplayed the crisis, deeming it a seasonal increase, and strongly rejected the idea that the current issues arose from his administration's immigration changes. He maintains that the current immigration situation derives from the policies from his predecessor. Well, that is all for today, Notre Dame. For now, providing you with the latest balanced news from South Bend, Washington, and around the world, this is Jillian Randle.
Thank you, Jillie. We'll be sure to stay tuned to see what goes on in the Chauvin trial. And that brings us to the end of today's morning news. If you would like to stay updated on everything we're doing here at NDTV, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Notre Dame Television, on Twitter at Notre Dame TV, and on YouTube under NDTV Notre Dame Television. Our YouTube channel has all of our episodes under ND Sunrise, so if you miss an episode or just can't bear a few days without us, you can find them all there. As for our airing times, we are here on Channel 57 every Tuesday and Thursday morning. If you are interested in joining our team, please do not hesitate to send us an email at ndtv@nd.edu. We are always looking for new members to work in the studio. We also have a QR code on this side that you can scan to join our team to fill out a form. From production to performance, we have opportunities for everyone. That's it for this episode of ND Sunrise. I'm Lyric Medeiros, and from all of us here in the studio, we wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, and go Irish!